Let me bring in the CEO of Clara Foods, Arturo Elizondo. Arturo, thanks for being with me. How many companies that you're dealing with right now realize or admit or
Mm.
compute the negative impacts that these industries have?
Um, I mean, I think at the end of the day, they all get that using animals is not,
They do.
maybe not ideal. I I wouldn't say maybe like the environmental or ethical dilemmas are the key drivers. I think
Mm,
ultimately companies want to make money
mhm,
and they want to exist. They don't want to disappear. And consumers are really changing, right? Like there is, and I can't underscore this enough, that the power of the consumer is incredible. Like so in the last 5 years, one huge tailwind for us as a B2B business has been that almost every major company that's headquartered in North America has publicly committed to going cage free by 2025.
mm.
McDonald's uses over 2 billion eggs just to feed, just in the US and Canada, every single year. Walmart, Sodexo, Compass, the
Yes.
largest food service company, Starbucks, Burger King, Taco Bell, Grupo Bimbo, Kellogg's, General Mills. Every major company has publicly committed to going cage free. And that introduces a whole new host of challenges because they're a lot more expensive because chickens can now move, right? Which is
Mm.
crazy. They can move. And so they're now consuming more feed, which raises the cost of production. And then two
Oh.
is that you cannot cram as many chickens anymore into a single factory farm. And so supply chain becomes incredibly more complex. And for us, and what's really exciting is that because these companies are already transitioning, we can more or less intercept the process and say, look, you're already transitioning to cage free. Why not just leapfrog that and go straight to animal free?
Well, yes, because I would think if you are the person behind the bottom line, you would say cage free is a step backwards for me, but Clara
Mhm.
Foods is a step forward in terms of the bottom line profitability. So I would imagine that the consumer preferences and their vocalness, particularly since COVID,
Yeah.
is one tailwind, but also the resources that are available to multinational corporations as they start to contemplate in a way that perhaps small companies don't, but that there's going to
Yeah.
be a high demand on water, there's not so much land, there's going to be more and more pressure on a carbon footprint. We don't see it yet in the retail situation, but you're going to have to start putting your carbon footprint on your packages at some point. That's going to be at least a marketing advantage for
Yeah.
some. I mean, these things are really putting pressure on businesses to realize or finally put into effect the fact that animal culture is a wasteful business equation.